Hello, bookish friends. Welcome back to Amanda's Bookish Adventures. Sorry, trying to find the right spot. Today is September's book haul part 2. There is possibly a book 3. This is not all the books, but I'm going to read off a stack of books, then read off some tomorrow. If this gets to be 40 minutes, then I will consider doing part 3. But I have 10 books right here that we are going to talk about. I was recommended this on TikTok. I saw a review for it. I asked for the name because it was reverted and I couldn't see. So we have Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist by Allie K. Munford and Ellie Morrison. One, look at that. That size is beautiful. It is a matted cover, and I'm really, really beginning to hate matted covers. Get ready for a bewitching tale of love, laughter, and supernatural shenanigans in the heart of Maple Hollow. The last thing the apothecary witch Jordan had on her mind was romance. But when she got a witchy wasted, she cracked open the coffin of her love life and conjured the ghost of her ex-girlfriend. Jordan is in for a spell of trouble now. The snarky specter is determined to haunt her until she finds someone new. Enter Harlow, the new girl in town who just wants a job in her sister's cafe, but she discovers that the spooky town of Maple Hollow is more than just a gimmick. Real magic lives here, but after run-ins with vampires and one too many grave cafe blunders, she's ready to hop on a broomstick and fly out of town until she finds herself falling under the spell of an enchanting witch who asks her on a date. As sparks fly and cauldrons bubble, will this unlikely pair brew up a love potion that defies the ghostly odds? Or will Jordan's Spectre X be the ultimate buzzkill on their budding relationship? Grab your broomstick and buckle up for a cozy sapphic paranormal rom-com that's sure to cast a spell on your heart this fall season. It will be read in October. I already filmed my October TBR. But I bought more Halloweeny books, and those are going on my TBR. We are gonna do mangas next, and I'm only reading book 1 thing. So we have Fire in His Fingertips. A flirty fireman ravishes me with his smoldering gaze. I was not gonna buy this physical copy, at least. These physical copies, I was gonna buy them on Kindle. Did not have them, did not want to pay for a subscription service, so we bought them. Passions ablaze. Reo tries to set up her strapping friend Soma when a coworker from her office, but the match making efforts hits a brick wall. It turns out Soma has the hots for Rio instead, and when a fire breaks out in Rio's apartment, it is Soma who comes to the rescue. And when the heat turns up for the fiery couple. Side Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5. So that is 5 of the volumes. I really hate that I purchased physical copies, but I did not want to pay for another subscription service to read something. They weren't that expensive. I did buy one of them used. I'm hoping maybe next year to buy a couple more. So, a book I forgot from the book haul last video, part 1. This one. How did I not know about this? How? This Hercules loving child inside of me is mad at myself. How did I not know that the Muses got a book that Disney Hyperion published being used by Farah Roshan? I'm probably butchered that name. The Muses narrate Hercules' story. Now they reveal their own gospel truth. Living in a quiet village with overprotected mother, teenager sisters Calliope, Clio, I'm telling you, I'm going to butcher these names. Melpane, Terpescana, and Talia are talented performers with no audience. If Callie had her way, She would pursue her dream of writing epic stories in the Battle of Thebes, but her family comes first, and as the eldest, she's never leave her beloved sisters behind. Then, the following a disaster public performance, their mother reveals a shocking truth. She is Mnemosyne, the goddess of memory, and for nearly 2 decades she's been on the run from her fellow gods, desperate to keep her daughters safe from their machinations. I'm gonna say like many nations or something, but before she can share more, she is kidnapped. Though the girls don't know it yet, the villain is pulling the strings is Hades. The fiery god of the underworld, under Kali's leadership, the sisters embark on a journey to save their mother and learn more about their own divine origins. But the path ahead is filled with mythical trials and tribulations. They need to rely on both their individual talents and the strength of their sisterhood to ensure that they ascend from zeros to heroes, or more accurately, heroines. How did I not know about this? And it adds to the Hades lore. How did I not know? I'm very ashamed of myself for not knowing about this, and I'm so excited to get to read this. We have another book that I bought, but I pre-ordered the other two in the series because of the spread edges, and I didn't know that book one was already out. Leave Me Behind by K.M. Marneva. Together our broken pieces can do anything. Nell Gallows is the sole survivor of an elite Dark Force squad riot. After a detriment attack 2 years ago, and surprisingly, she's been put up as the top candidate for special team. Malam, the squad, I'm gonna have to look if that's the correct saying. The squad that goes where no one goes else will or can. There's only one problem. Mullen blames their one casualty from the Patagonia mission on the riot squad. So I'm totally butchering these terms. So what is Nell to do when she finds herself on a plane to California? On the way to a sure death sentence? A one-night stand at least. That's all it was supposed to be. One last night to be free. Only she finds out, too late, the dark and mysterious man she solely wanted as a flank is not only her comrade, but also the one she dread meeting the most, her immediate superior, an untouchable devil in the fields, Bones. He's hell on earth and cruel and unforgiving. Most of all, he hates Nell and he makes sure she knows it. Yet she finds herself unwilling to leave his side after he's unable to get to the evac point when a mission goes awry. She stays behind with the devil and the secrets he keeps, and they only have one another to trust when no faith is left. So I'm definitely excited to get to that. I think the second one in the series, but they don't show it as a series when I ordered it on Amazon, so I thought they were standalones. Because normally they have like a series tab on Amazon. Not this time. Not this time at all. Then we have another manga, but we have Marriage of Convenience, Easy Press. It's IZ Press has been killing it. I have bought majority of my colored manga, even for Kindle, from this company. Do you recall how much our marriage cost? Countess Bianca de Iron was infamous throughout the land as a haughty, extravagant woman who spurned her spouse, neglected her duties, and spent her estate's money with wild abandon. In her first life, that is, after a meeting miserable and lonely ending following the tragic death of her heroic husband, Bianca wakes up back in the castle as her 18-year-old self. It's not exactly the second chance she prayed for. But she'll do anything to avoid the cold and hunger that plagued her before. In fact, she's even willing to make amends with the indifferent man she calls her husband, but with an entirely lifetime of misunderstandings between them, it'll take more than a few clumsy advances to win him over. I also pre-ordered the second volume in the series, The one I wish Izzy Press would pick up, or even Webtoons, because it's on them, is How to Get My Husband on My Side. So it has been published in Korean and in other languages. It has not been published in English yet. They have like the volumes on Amazon, but they're not English translated. And I would kill to get that one. Then I just have one I received the other day. And I legit mean 2 days ago. We have The Guardian of Dream Dark Wind Witch by Laini Taylor. I think it's a standalone. I don't even care if it's not. It's like reflective. Look at those sprayed edges. I have not read Laini Taylor in years. I want to go back and reread some of them. I loved her books, but I read from both of her series. I read one book and then put it down. I never continued. So a standalone is a very good place to get back into. Magpie Windwitch is her people's last hope. For centuries, the fairies have lived safely in the peaceful forest, but now their world is under threat. Devils are escaping the prisons that have held them for a millennia, and only one fairy stands in their way. Magpie Windwitch is the greatest, the only devil hunter of the age. Together with her trusted band of crows, she tracks down and recaptures the ravenous beasts that devour everything in their path. When the hunt leads them to the legendary forest of Dreamdark, Magpie finds herself outmatched, facing the greatest foe of her kind has ever known, not to mention an impostor queen, a disgusting imp, and a young fairy warrior as infuriating as he is brave. One thing is certain, if she's to save the world, she'll need all of the help she can get. This sounds so good. That if I did not have a set TBR for the next 2 months, I'd be reading it. It could be a possibility for December because I don't have a TBR for December. I'm barely going to be able to read in December because I work retail, but it is a perfect size. Now, I probably will. I have other books, like I said, but I'm only going to film one stack, clean this up, maybe get the other stack, and then after I film that, decide because on September 30th, which is honestly Tuesday, more books are coming. And realistically, I don't know if I want how big this is going to be. If I have to do a third part, I'm going to have to do a third part. Like I said, these next 3 months, we have very big, high releases, and I could not control myself. But some of these books were pushed back. They were supposed to come out throughout the weeks, but also majority was supposed to at least come out. Some of them were supposed to come out in August, and I think one of them was supposed to come out in July, or the dates just kept getting pushed around. I'll ramble all day about this to justify these purchases. But it's for myself because I overspend on books. And I have decided to stop being critical. I just did a very, very, very big unhaul, and I have more books I can unhaul. I just have to go do it on a day off. So I'll be right back and I'll talk to you with some more books. I have another stack of books. So that first stack was 10 books. I just realized I unhauled 70 books, but with the 20 plus books for the first book haul, and then this is so far 18 plus the other 8 that's coming. Definitely need, but never mind. Let's just get to what I have here. I have more books to unhaul in the tub. I just couldn't take them all. So we have Hecate the Witch by Nikita Gill. This is an ancient story written long before. It's a tale full of gods and monsters, divine wars and ghosts. A tangle mess made by divine and the mortal mothers and daughters. The sacred and the courageous wounds both heal and unheal, and the grief that grows in the absence of love. There is joy and friendship too, homegrown, pierced together by careful, gentle fingers. At the heart of this story is a girl looking for answers. At the soul of this story is the divine goddess within. In the stunning, intimate reimagining of the Greek god myth, internationally known poet Nikita Gill showcases the underworld and its chronic deities in all their glory, weaves a gripping story about the young goddess Hecate coming of age within their midst. I love mythology, and I've read a couple mythology books this year, and it's re-sparked my. I'm getting very hot, and my makeup's starting to sweat. So fun for me, but like I said, I fell back in love with mythology, and this sounds like a good sisterhood book, and I'm hoping to read it soon. Now, of course, I got these collector editions. Of course. We have One Dark Window by Rachel Gilling. We have Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel. I will have to say, whoever, these are the very deluxe, and I've never read the series, but I own her newest release, and I pre-ordered the second one to that series. I know, very bad, but I wanted to pre-order the sprayed edge edition to match the edition I own. I'm very excited to read this. I'm only gonna read the description for One Dark Window. The even the I'm telling you, even the end pages are massive. Elizabeth needs a monster. The monster might be her. Elizabeth Spindle needs more than luck to stay safe in the eerie mist locking down kingdom she calls home. She needs a monster. She calls him the Nightmare, an ancient miracle spirit trapped in her head. He protects her, he keeps her secrets, but nothing comes for free, especially magic. When Elizabeth meets a mysterious highwayman on the forest road, her life takes a drastic turn. Thrusted into a world of shadow and deception, she joins a dangerous quest to curse the kingdom of the dark magic infecting it. Oh, to cure, I think curse would be better, but cure the kingdom of the dark magic infecting it. Except the highwayman just happens to be the king's own nephew, captain of the deserters and the guilty of high treason. He and Elizabeth have until solstice to gather 12 Prudence cards, the keys to the cure, but as stakes heighten and their undeniable attraction intensifies, Elizabeth is forced to face her darkest secret yet, the nightmare slowly and darkly taking over her mind, and she might not be able to stop him. This is a deluxe limited edition of Rachel Gilling's blockbuster gothic fantasy One Dark Window, featuring an exclusive new cover, custom end papers, and design on the edge. And I had to. The only thing is, my neighbors think I'm crazy. Like, when all the boxes for like these set of books, because they all came out, other than this one was delayed, they all came out the same day. And they just looked at me. I was off on Tuesday, waiting for this delivery, trying to sneak it in. And the Amazon, man, I am missing one. I knew I was missing one. I might not be. Oh no, I'm not. But the Amazon man laughed at me because I was like, shh, do not like knock on the door, because he was gonna knock on the door. I was like, don't knock on the door. My neighbors just laughed at me and called me out. They're like, buying books again? And I was like, I could be buying more things. I could be buying worse things than books. This is my happiness. They are my safe place. And I'm a hoarder of books. I'm a dragon hoarder at this point. When I die, these books will be coming with me to a Valhalla funeral. All right, before we get any more, this one was supposed to come out on that Tuesday. It was late. We have Anthem by Carrie Lake. I hope they do the second book as well. I'd like to continue on with the series. You see the dead girl, but have you ever stalked death in the staked death in its face? There are whispers about what lurks in the witch Nell, the forest where sinners go to die. The village call it the Eating Woods because that is where what's taken is never given back. Only those who have lost the balance would dare go near it, or the banished. Another name. The last name I think I can pronounce. Maeve Bronwick knows better than to reach the misty labyrinth of trees, but tragic magic of events compels her beyond the archway of bones to a boundary no mortal has crossed before, one that cloaks a dark and fantastical world that is as dangerous as it is alluring. It's there he dwells, the cursed lord of Eidolon, the one tasked to keep her hidden from the magehood that seeks to crucify her in the name of the arcane prophecy. It's like Alexander Xander, but Zavander Radian, known to his prey as the Scorpion and the coldest, most calculated assassin in all Ethria. Madeline's blood is the key to breaking his despised curse and vanquishing the slumbering evil witch Nell. Unfortunately for the Lord of Ridley, fate has other plans for this irresistible little enchantress, and his growing obsession with her threatens to destroy everything, including himself. Yeah, I'm going to have to wash off my makeup after this. I was fine the first clip, but this light makes it really hard. Me panicking, blue, knocking over special editions. It's happened way too many times at this point. This is pretty good. These books are like very special edition. Let me tell you about this one. I'm not kidding. I went to Barnes and Noble earlier this month and this book was there, but the release date on Amazon was for the 25th, I believe, was Tuesday. No, it might have been the 23rd. These might have all came out the 23rd. And I had to debate pick it up now and cancel my pre-order. And no, don't lick the sprayed edges. No, I will move them. We'll cuddle on the couch before bed. I'm just gonna move these. He will lick them. Let's make him room on the couch. Come on, under your blanket. Good. Okay. So I debated because I saw four of the books that I talked about earlier too there, and I had pre-orders, and I did not cancel them. I just waited. So I don't know if I saved myself money, but this one, I was one of the first books I pre-ordered last year in 24. I think I pre-ordered it. It could have been early January too, but this one is on one of my highest rated. Like I've been counting down the days for this next four books. We have The Second Death of Locke by V.L. I'm not saying that last name. Love, Loyalty, and Sacrifice. Gray Flynn has dedicated her life to the Mage Kier. She will be his blade on the battlefield, his healer and his protector. The deep well of raw power inside her is Kier's to wield. They are bound together by blood and magic. But there's one truth Gray dare not reveal, not even to Kier. When a quest to protect the child of an enemy kingdom pulls them into a dangerous mission, Gray will need to decide what she's willing to sacrifice to protect her secret. For Gray is no ordinary magical well, and if she dies, all the magic dies with her. This sounds good. There is a female knight, and there's been a lot of knight books I have bought this year. Some, like, I think for Kindle that haven't even came out yet. A female knight guarding a mage? Where have you been? Why did you come out in September? Where I've been wanting you months ago. And I'm so very happy to have it. And I did not have a set TBR for October. I might be able to squeeze this in if I at least finish what I set. I want to get 50% of my TBR that I set plus bonus books on. But I've been waiting a very long time for that book, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. This one, I'm so happy. So happy. I actually, these last four books, I have had to get off all my bookstagrams, book talk, anything. If these come up on shorts, I have to scroll because I don't want to get spoiled for any of these books. So we have Spellcaster by Jamin Eve, a US Today best-selling author. One. Look at the spread edges. The only thing I'm sad about is that this is I believe I pre-ordered the second book. Maybe. This is like but it's book gets released in September. I kind of wish for books this size, if they already pre-written or getting close, I could have waited so at least to have the second book closer, but it is what it is. Welcome to Weatherstone College. Don't walk in the halls late at night. Don't disturb the ancient magic. And don't under any circumstances ever trust a spellcaster. When my magic bloomed at 22, the last thing I respected was to receive an acceptance letter to the most pristine witch college in the world. It's not that I don't have magic, it's just unpredictable. But with Weatherstone, a part of my family legacy, I'm determined to live up to their expectations. A task that's almost derailed on my very first day when I come to face with Logan Kingston, the son of my father's enemy. I'm warned to avoid the powerful spellcaster at all costs, but apparently Logan did not receive the same memo. The more time I spend around him, the more time I crave his unsettling attention. And hates, as he hate flirts, and as hate flirts with obsession, I'm left wondering if there's another side of this decades old feud between our fathers. On top of that all, Weatherstone is not all like I expected. Built on ancient blood magic of necromancers and a battle, the magic here is unpredictable as mine. I sense a dark energy stalking my footsteps. When a monster attacks me, I have no choice but to turn to the strongest warlock in our school. Logan, after all, to fight a monster, I'll need a monster. This is way too small. And people, I'm telling you, I've avoided my feed so hardcore for the last couple books. I'm not going to hold the last book up. It will be the last book I talk about for this clip. And this has been pretty short. We'll see. We have Fury Brings, What Fury Brings by Tracy Levenster. And I have some of her books. I've read a couple. I actually wonder where those two books wandered off to. I have to find them because I need to reread that one to continue on. But look at this. More sprayed edges, my true love at this point. No, I'll say my dog is my true love. This is my obsession. There's a shortage of men in the kingdom of Amara. After a failed rebellion against the matriarchic, most noble men in the country are dead. Now the women of Amara must obtain their husbands, should they want one, by kidnapping them from other kingdoms. So it's like a reverse thing. Aurelira is a warrior princess vying for the throne, is determined to prove her worth by kidnapping a husband, and not just any husband, to outmaneuver her treacherous cousin. She needs the best. Where was I? Fortunately, the second born prince of the greatest enemy is widely known for both his looks and his sweets, docile temperament. He's the perfect choice to secure her claim to the throne. Sanos, heir to the kingdom of Brutus, has nothing but contempt for the idea of a society run by women, trained from birth to fight, lead, and follow his father's overbearing footsteps. His path has always been set until he takes his younger brother's place in a drunken prank and finds himself kidnapped, carted off to the Armarian palace, and informed that he is to become the husband of Queen Potential Ilaria. Sanos needs to escape before anyone learns his real identity. But the more he gets to know his captor, the less sure he is of what he truly wants. And I swear, that reminds me of the Highland book romances I used to read, like way early in my teens, where they would kidnap their women, or even the Viking. I think it's more Viking, where they would kidnap women from other cultures. And I'm not saying I approve of that storyline, but they were good. Now we have to talk about the biggest book I have possibly ever bought, and it is all over my feed. Every time I see a TikTok, scroll past. I do not want to get spoiled for this. I don't even know how I'm going to read this. I think I'm going to end up having to buy the digital copy as well. Was anyone shocked by this? We have Alchemized by Sen Lin Yu. In this riveting dark fantasy debut, a woman with a missing memories fights to survive a war-torn world of necromancy and alchemy, and the man tasked with unearthing the deepest secrets of her past. Once a promising alchemist, Helen Marino is now a prisoner of war and of her own man. Her resistance friends and allies would have been brutally murdered, her abilities suppressed, and the world she destroyed in the aftermath of a long war. Paldean's new ruling class of corrupt guild failures, deprived necromancers who are vile undead creatures help bring about their victory, holds Helena captive. According to the Resistance record, she was a healer of little importance within their ranks, but Helena was inexplicable memory loss of months leading up to her capture, making her enemies wonder if she's truly as insignificant as she appears, or are her lost memories hiding vital pieces of the Resistance final gambit. To uncover the memories buried deep within her mind, Helena is sent to the High Reeve, one of the most powerful and ruthless necromancers in the world. Trapped on his crumbling estate, Helena fights to protect her lost history and to preserve the last remaining shreds of her former self. Is just beginning. For her, prisoner and captor have secrets of their own. Secrets Helena must uncover at whatever cost. My hand's already hurting from holding that, to the point I might have to buy the Kindle copy when I get my next check. I slowly can crack that down, but I don't I want to finish it. The hard copy says, and I'm gonna check Goodreads too, because I definitely seen people read it, buy the physical copy and buy the Kindle copy. 1,024 pages. I think that's bigger than the last Throne of Glass book. 1,024 pages in it. That could have been 2 books. That could have been a whole trilogy. But I will read it. So I'm gonna see how big this is. I actually think we can finish the last 8 books when they come on the 30th. I think this is not that big. I think we've done pretty well. So it might be 2 parts, and I'm happy about it. I'll see you when the other books arrive, and I'm excited for all of them. And yes, there are more books with sprayed edges coming. So I'm back with the rest of the books for September's book haul. The thing is, I should have wrote down how many books I talked about already for part 2, and I didn't. So we're talking about 5 books. I know the first part was, I'm not saying that out loud, 20 something books. Something. It was something. I mean, who needs a retirement? Anyway, I'm just trying to reach them. So I got the deluxe versions of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. So a couple months ago I just hauled the third book. They didn't have the deluxe edition for that, but that one had sprayed edges. I think if it does get the deluxe version, I will just unhaul my copy and get the deluxe version. You probably all know what this book is about. 20-year-old Violet Sorrengail was supposed to enter the scribe quadrant, living a quiet life among books and history. Now the commanding general, also known as her tough as Talon's mother, has ordered Violet to join hundreds of candidates striving to become an elite Narayan dragon riders. But when you're smaller than everyone else and your body is brittle, death is only a heartbeat away, because dragons don't bond with fragile humans. They incinerate them. With fewer dragons willing to bond than cadets, most would kill Violet to better their own chances of success. The rest will just kill her for being her mother's daughter, like Xaden Ryerson, the most powerful and ruthless wing leader in the Riders Quadrant. She'll need every edge her wit can give her just to see the next sunrise. Yet, with every day that passes, the war outside grows more deadly. The kingdom's protective wards are failing, and the death toll continues to rise. Even worse, Violet begins to suspect leadership is hiding a terrible secret. Friends, enemies, lovers, everyone at Basgoth War College has an agenda because once you enter, there are only two ways out: graduate or die. I'm actually really like the covers feel like silk. So I'm really hoping to get the third and just buy the rest of the series in these editions. Hopefully. Then we have Bitten by Jordan Stephanie Gray. Look at that. So pretty. Legends will rise, kingdoms will unite. Greatness beckons. After a vicious werewolf attack on the night of her 17th birthday, Vanessa Hart loses everything she loves in a split second: her best friend, her father, and even her home. Bitten and imprisoned without explanation, Vanessa endures an agonizing transformation to the very beast that made her, and her captors make it clear that she cannot escape. She will swear her life to the Wolf Queen's court or she will die. With no other choice, Vanessa joins the court in the enchanted castle Severi, where flowers are grown, or flower vines grown through the walls. Gifts are bestowed by the stars, and a claw can break through skin as easily as it can silk. But she hasn't forgotten what they stole from her. Vanessa seeks vengeance, scheming the shadows even as she finds herself memorized by the Golden Prince, Sinclair Sereri, who threatens to steal her heart though he is promised to her nemesis. Vanessa is also threatened by Sinclair's brooding, disgraceful cousin Calex, whose smuggling gaze hides dangerous secrets. Immersed in magic of their whimsical yet cruel society, Vanessa soon learns not all is as it seems. The court is at war, and Vanessa may be a pawn in its lethal game. Deadly and romantic, Bitten is the start of an addicting new series that will have readers begging for more. I want to read this so badly, and it's perfect for the season we are in. Does anyone have words? Look at this. We have Burning Daylight by Emily Mc. I'm going to just say Emily. All right. Some loves are powerful enough to rewrite history. Juliet Calloway lives in a world of luxury, legacies, and lies. The daughter of Rosebrook Falls' most powerful family, her life is a crafted performance, and she's tired of being polished to perfection. Roman Montagari doesn't exist, not officially anyway. He's a shadow, a hidden weapon, the secret heir to an empire soaked in danger and a generations old feud. When their paths cross, sparks fly, no names, no past, just reckless smiles and a chemistry neither of them can shake. Roman is charming, mysterious, infuriating, flirty, and Juliet, she simply is. When Roman is called back to claim his place in the Montagari Empire, the truth crashes down. Their families are sworn enemies, and Roman's very existence is a threat. Their love isn't just forbidden, it's impossible. No, every kiss feels like a betrayal, every stolen moment a risk, and in a town built on secrets and blood, their passion might just be the most dangerous thing of all. That is a big chunker. Like, the cover, even the back, is absolutely amazing. And I would not mind getting to it this month, or, well, in October. Then we have Witches of Wolves by Kaylee Archer. Praised for Witch of Wolves. Oh, that's just authors saying they love it. Cordelia Livy, a 23-year-old witch hidden in the world, leads a quiet life in London with her aunt, managing an apothecary for supernatural. But her life is unended when a brooding and handsome werewolf Bishop Danvers kidnaps her on her estranged father's orders, the alpha of the Albanian pack. It is Trevelyan, her father's estate, that Cordelia learns she comes from a long line of witches with secondary wolf traits and a powerful and unique bloodline that they must protect from foreign packs. Not everyone in the pack is happy about Cordelia's arrival, and as the danger closes in, she wonders if the man who ripped her from her life could be the one to save it. I'll be back. So sorry we got interrupted. Had to go deal with the thing. So that is it for this book haul. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any recommendations on what to read first, I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Bye for now.